So we are moving on to the modes. We were talking about the modes also. So modes control all the activities from 19 to 40. We are going to talk about how we work according to the 5 factors that we discussed till yesterday, is dictated by the 3 modes of material nature. So many factors are there in our life. So it's such a complicated machinery Lord has created. So it's beyond our intellect. So this includes our knowledge, action, performance of action, understanding, that is intelligence, determination, happiness. So all these activities within the universe are controlled by the 3 modes of material nature. So we will have to move on. And there is a summary of yoga ladder also, like we 19 to 40 modes control all activities, then Sakama to Nishkam Karma Yoga, Nishkam through liberation, through devotional service, then 56 to 60 working in pure devotional service, 61 to 63 more confidential knowledge, surrender to super soul, and 64 to 66 most confidential knowledge, become a pure devotee of Lord Krishna. We'll focus on modes of material nature right now. So let's go on to the shloka number 19. Jnanam karma cha karta cha tridhaiva guna bhedatah प्रोच्यते गुणसाङ्ख्यानि यथावत् शृणु तान्यपि. Hare Krishna. Anybody would like to read?
Hare Krishna Mataji, can I?
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. According to the 3 different modes of material nature, there are 3 kinds of knowledge, action, and performer of action. Now hear of them from me. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. So Lord ended the Jnana section. Lord is starting the 3 modes of material nature. That section. So what Lord is saying over here is Jnanam. Jnanam, we all know it is knowledge. Karma cha. Karma means doing work. Karta. Karta is the one who is doing it. So worker or the doer. So next Lord is saying cha tridhaiva guna vedataha. So it is tridha. Tridha means 3 kinds in terms of guna bheda. That is in terms of different modes of material nature. Guna bheda means in difference in material nature. Next, it is said that Lord says prochete guna sankhyani. So prochete in Sankhya terms of different modes. Sankhya. Like yesterday we had discussed that Kapilam, sage Kapila, he had started Sankhya philosophy, where he tells about the body is different from the soul and all. And he was son of Kardama Muni and Devahuti. So in Sankhya terms of different modes, Yatha Vat Shruno Tan Api. Shruno. Lord says Shruno. Everywhere, a very, very important point that every time Lord makes when he's talking to Arjuna is Shruno. Hear. Most of the time when somebody is talking, there half the things don't even go into our mind because your mind is somewhere else. We don't hear. Hearing is the most important, even in the 9 devotional processes that we have. It is Shravanam, right? So Yatha Vat Shruno Tanapi. Shruno or hear all about it. O Arjuna, Yathavat. Yathavat means as it is, as they are. Like Prabhupada has given Bhagavad Gita as it is. Whatever is there, I'm going to tell you as it is, just listen as they are. So basically what Lord is saying over here is knowledge, action, and the doer. Action is karma, right? So Jnanam, karma, and karta. They are declared in the 3 kinds to be in the Sankhya philosophy. It is there, and it is distinguished, or you can say distinct. It is completely different. It has been very clearly mentioned that it is according to the 3 modes of material nature. And Lord says, you have listened to me. I'm going to explain the distinctions to you. So what Lord Krishna is referring is, he is actually referring back to chapter 14. We did, right? Guna Karma Vibhagaya. So there he had spoken at length about 3 modes of material nature, if you remember. There he had explained how these 3 modes bind us to this material world. And none of it, will liberate us. Whether it is Sattva Guna, whether it is Rajoguna or whether it is Tamoguna. None of it is going to liberate us. And he had told that in goodness mode, at least we start with tamasic mode, right? Slowly we move on to the Rajoguna. Most of us are on Rajoguna only because we still desire this, that, this, that. Then slowly we move on to the Satoguna, where we want just to dedicate ourselves to God. And that also is still a binding factor. We have to go to Shuddha Sattva. So he had told that in goodness, lot of illumination is there. It is illuminating. Knowledge is there. We are trying to grasp everything, trying to understand everything. When we are in the mode of passion, it makes us very materialistic. And when we are in the mode of ignorance, completely we are in mode of completely in darkness. So he had already explained that. Then when we came to last chapter, which was chapter 17, Shraddha Traya Vibhaga Yoga, there also in great detail he told how these three modes influence the three kinds of faith people develop, the faith that people develop actually, and their choice of food, what kind of food, austerity, dana, tapa, right? Remember? And he also explained three categories, right? Of we learned about tapa, dana, and all that austerities. Now, according to the three gunas, Lord is going to explain three types of knowledge, that is jnana, action, karma, and karta, that is doers. So Lord is going to explain that again in this chapter 18. सर्वभूतेषु येनैकं भावमव्ययमीक्षते अविभक्तं विभक्तेषु तज्ज्ञानं विद्धि सात्विकम्. Three kinds of knowledge based on the modes of material nature. That is what Lord is focusing on in this section. Yes, Shilpa Mataji, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. That knowledge by which one undivided spiritual nature is seen in all living entities, though they are divided into innumerable forms, you should understand to be in the mode of goodness. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. So verses 20, the next one is 21, then 22. Lord Krishna is going to explain knowledge in Sattva Guna mode of goodness, then knowledge in Rajoguna, and then knowledge in Tamoguna, and that is mode of ignorance. So here, Lord, in this shloka, Lord is saying that tat jnanam, this knowledge, that knowledge, you can say tat jnanam means that knowledge. So Lord is talking about that knowledge. That knowledge, what is he saying about which that knowledge? He's trying to explain about that knowledge is Sarva Bhuteshu Ye Naikam Bhava Mavya Avyaya. You can say Bhava Avyaya Ikshate. So if we break it, Bhava Avyaya Ikshate, then we are breaking the words. So he's saying that Bhava Avyaya Ikshate. Then Yena Ekam Bhavam Ikshate. So Yena Ekam Bhavam Ikshate means Ekam, one. The one who Ikshate. Ikshate means what? Sees. Pashyati also means sees. Ikshate also means sees. Sees with what? With the Bhavam. What Bhavam? See the Avyayam. Avyayam means the imperishable, the Lord, the super soul, right? Wherein everywhere, Sarva Bhuteshu. Where somebody is able to Ikshate, Sarva Bhuteshu, in everyone, who he is supposed to see? The Avyayam, the imperishable, in all living entities. As what he should be seeing is Avibhaktam Vibhakteshu. He's seeing Avibhaktam, or he's seeing it as undivided. He's seeing every soul, every living entity is able to see is like undivided. In the divided means everybody has everybody has a body, separate bodies, but he's still able to see it as undivided. He's not saying that I am separate from the other person. In Vibhakteshu means everybody is actually divided, right? Living entities. So he is able to see Avibhaktam Vibhakteshu. Even though it is Vibhaktam, he's still able to see Avibhaktam, undivided, and in the divided. Vidhi Satvika. So it is understood to be, Vidhi means understood. It is understood to be in the mode of Sattvic mode, or mode of goodness. So what is the vision? That is what Lord is trying to explain. Once you get that kind of knowledge, and The knowledge that a sattvic person is having. So, what kind of vision is he having? Such a person is having, he is on a transcendental level. So that is what is given over here. So Lord is trying to tell us, he's trying to make us understand that knowledge to be in the mode of goodness, by which a person sees one undivided, imperishable reality. He is able to see the Lord, imperishable reality within all, because these living entities are all diverse, right? Not one person is same. Everybody is unique. So there are so many diverse living entities. We have animals, we have everyone, so many species, living entities. He is able to see that imperishable, that avyayam in avibhaktam vibhakteshu. Even though it is divided, he is able to see them. See what? Avyayam. So Srila Prabhupada says, in this 20th shloka, that a person who sees spirit soul in every living being, whether he is a demigod or he is an animal, human, whatever species you name it, plants, he is able to see avyayam there. Like in which chapter was it? If I remember correctly, it was 5th chapter. Vidya Vinaya Sampanne Brahmane Gavi Hastini Shunicha Evashpapakecha Pandita Samadarshinaha. That person is learned who is able to see living and super soul in every living entity. So that person, he is in true knowledge. That is the true knowledge, where he is able to see everyone with true in with equal vision, irrespective of whoever, whatever he may be. So Lord is telling, according to our previous karmas, we get different bodies. This time we have got this body. Who knows what body we are going to get in next life? Definitely, if we have next life, we definitely want to go to the spiritual world, but nothing is in our hands. But in all the entities, there is one spirit soul. So Krishna, he mentioned in 7th chapter also, apare amitastvanyam prakritim vidhi me param jiva bhutam mahabaho yayedam dharyate jagat. He said that. Manifestation, right? He is talking about the manifestation of how the living entities, living force is there in everyone. Why? Because of his superior nature of the Supreme Lord. So he is able to say that, to see that one superior nature, that super soul, that Lord, that living force in everyone. You are not able to see anybody else. You are not able to see the outside thing. You are able to see super soul in everyone. That person is having true knowledge, and he is in the mode of goodness. So those who are possessing that kind of, they see unity. They see unity, that exists. It's beyond the variety of creation. He is not seeing the variety of creation. He is able to see that unity within that variety of creation. So, like, how an electrical engineer, he will see the same electricity, it's flowing through different gadgets. Whatever gadgets we may be using, that electrical energy, he has that understanding because he has studied that. He knows, yeah, it's the same electricity that is passing through different gadgets. Like a goldsmith, he can see the same gold cast into different ornaments. When he is making it, he knows it's the same gold. So person in true knowledge, once we get that knowledge, we will be able to see that, yeah, it's the same super soul in every different entities. In the first canto of Bhagavatam also it says, Vadanti tat tattva vadas tattvam yaj jnanam advayam. Advayam. So he's saying, whoever knows the truth, it is stated that there is one entity, and in existence, there is no second. There is no second. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he also referred to Lord in his form as Lord Sri Krishna as Advaya Jnana Tattva, one without a second. Advaya Jnana Tattva means one without a second. There is no second. The only thing and everything that exists in creation, he is the only one. So on basis of that, about Lord, they had said that, Sajatiya Bhed Shunya was there. He is one with all similar entities. Lord Krishna, he has got his expansions of various Lord Rama, Vishnu. So many Vishnus are there, right? So different manifestations of one God only. Sri Krishna is, he is one with the soul in because we are his part and parcel, right? So he is one with the soul, a fragment. We are just fragments. How the flames, they are one with the fire. And yeah, they are tiny parts. The sparks are the tiny parts of the fire in quality, of course, not in quantity. So then he is also Vijatiya Bhed Shunya also means he is one with all dissimilar entities. Dissimilar of God is who? Maya. It's insentient, right? Insentient is like lifeless till God energizes it. God is sentient. So, but we must, Maya is an energy of Lord only, right? So, energy is one with the energetic. So, just as energies of fire, what are the energies of fire? The energies of fire are heat and light. These are the energies of fire. So, heat and light are they are not different from fire, right? Similarly, Maya is also not different from Lord. It's Lord's energy only. Then Swagat Bhed Shunya is also there. Means the various parts of his body are non-different from him. His Swagat Bhed, there is no Bheda. There is no difference there. Amazing thing about the Lord that we have read in Bhagavatam also in God's body is that, all parts can perform the function of any other part also. Like for us, hands will perform a certain way, legs will be used for walking or whatever it is. For us, it is very particular. This part of the body will be using for this. Eyes can see, whatever. But for God, he can, God's body, all parts can perform all functions. It's very interesting, this one. So Brahma Samhita also says, right, when we are reading Brahma Samhita, we remember, Angani yasya sakalendriya vrittimante, with every limb of his body. Angani means every limb of his body. Sakalendriya, all indriyas, vrittimanti, he can use. What can Lord do? Pashyanti. Pashyanti panti kalayanti chiram jaganti. So Lord can see, he can hear, he can talk, he can pashyanti, see. He can panti kalayanti chiram jaganti, he can talk, smell, eat. He can think with any part of the body, every limb of the body. He does not have to use the mouth. We have to use the mouth to eat. No, he doesn't have to. Hence, all limbs of the body of God is, it's non-different from him. And the fourth one is that Swayam Siddha, he is Swayam Siddha, right? He's Atmaram. He doesn't need, he is so blissful, he doesn't need anyone's support as such. Maya, soul, we are all dependent upon God for his existence. If he does not energize us, we are gone. He has to energize us, right? We won't exist only. So God, he is independent. He doesn't need any support. There is no support system. He is all in all. So Lord Krishna, he satisfies all the above four points. Thus, he is Advaya Jnana. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said he is Advaya Jnana Tattva. So he is everything. He is one without a second. He is everything that exists in this creation. And once we get this understanding, why we are trying to get this knowledge is we have to see everything as one. When we see the entire creation that Lord has created, the beautiful flowers, the butterflies, the birds, the beauty in the nature, you can see the entire creation in its unity with God. When you see the creation, wow, what a creation he has made. It is considered sattvic knowledge when you see the unity there. And love based upon such knowledge, it's not, we don't get into that racialism, racism, nationalism, and color, race, creed. We don't get into that because once we are in that knowledge, whatever face we may be having, whatever color we may be having, doesn't matter. We know everything is Lord's creation. It's universal. Lord is present. So after telling us knowledge in the mode of goodness, Lord is moving on to tell us about the knowledge in the mode of passion. Let's see that. पृथक्त्वेन तु यज्ञानं नानाभावान् पृथक्विधान् वेत्ति सर्वेषु भूतेषु तज्ज्ञानं विद्धि राजसम्. Hare Krishna. Yes, Shilpa Mataji, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. That knowledge by which one sees that in every different body there is a different type of living entity, you should understand to be in the mode of passion. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. So we saw Lord describing about knowledge in the mode of goodness. So wherein, what a person can see, he can see spirit, soul in every living entity, which he has repeated again and again in 5th chapter, 17th chapter, he has told. But now in this shloka, what is Lord going to tell us about is, he is telling us, prithak tvena tu yajnanam, nana bhavan prithak vidhan. So that jnanam, that knowledge in which one is seeing Nana Bhavan Pritak Vidhan. Nana Bhavan Pritak Vidhan he is able to see means in every body there is different type of living entity, Pritak Vidhan. So different bodies. He can see different, this body is separate, this body is separate. He is able to see that. So Lord is saying Nana Bhavan Prithak Vidhan. He is able to see in different body, there is a different living entity. Or Veti Sarveshu Bhuteshu. Taj Jnanam Vidhi Rajasam. So Lord is saying that he is able to see different body, he is able to see different type of living entities. Sarva Bhuteshu, in every living entity, is able to see that. That kind of Jnanam, if he is having, that is definitely understand that. Vidhi, it is Rajasa. That knowledge is completely in passion, mode of passion. So what Lord Krishna is trying to explain over here is Rajasic knowledge. If we put it very simply, that knowledge is considered to be in the mode of passion, where we are able to see many different living entities in different bodies. And it's individual, not connected at all to each other. That way, if we are able to see, who are you? You are different than me. He is different than me. The way we are able to see others in different bodies, not connected at all. That knowledge is in the mode of passion. World is not seen, in connection with God. We don't connect anything to God. Oh, super soul is in him also, in her also, in the animal also, in the trees and plants. We are not able to connect. There is no connection over there. And we are seeing in plurality. We don't see it as one. Everybody is one, having one super soul. We are not able to do that. We say, no, you are different than me. You are rich, he is poor. You are Brahmin, he is Kshatriya. You are American, he is Indian. We are able to differentiate so much. Then he is black, he is brown, he is white. Then we are still in this mode only. So the moment we understand that we are in this mode, we understand that, okay, we need more improvement. So person is not able to see the spirit soul with the same nature. It is there in all bodies. It's spirit soul only in all the bodies. He is not having that, coming to that understanding. He has different type of conclusion in his head. There are different types of people in this world. They are having very little clarity when it comes to spirit, soul, and body. Very little clarity. Srila Prabhupada also states in her purport, if we read the purport in detail, that their thought process, their mental concoction that they have regarding the knowledge of spirit, soul, it is like, like what was that philosophy? Charvaka philosophy, also known as Lokayata philosophy, wherein they say that, body with consciousness, that is soul. Body and consciousness together, that is one soul. And the moment we die, everything is gone. There is no soul, there is no body, everything is dead now. The moment we die, body dies, soul dies, consciousness, everything dies. That is called Charvaka philosophy or Lokayata philosophy, you know. So Srila Prabhupada states that, you know, according to knowledge, that knowledge, body itself is soul. According to this Charvaka philosophy, there is no separate soul beyond the body. So that knowledge, if we have, uh, consciousness is just temporary. I have lived this life, next life, there is no next life. So what is, if we get this kind of knowledge, what does this knowledge do? It divides. It divides this whole, whatever human society we have, different, you know, it will divide us completely in innumerable ways. Because we know, okay, after this life, I'm not going to be here anymore. So I'm dead. Soul is dead. Consciousness is dead. Every day, everything is dead. Kya farak padta hai? But where we get the knowledge which is going to unite all of us in one, that is mode of goodness. And where we get this kind of knowledge where it is dividing us, who cares? It is in the mode of passion. So that's why very, very important, you know, we hear from a proper parampara, bona fide parampara, and not any YouTube videos that we get hold of, where it's saying, oh, you just enjoy your life. This is the only life you have. After this, there's nothing. You beg, borrow, steal, do anything, doesn't matter. Let's not go into that. After this, Lord continues to address the mode of ignorance, knowledge in the mode of ignorance. Let's see that. यत्तु कृत्स्नवदेकस्मिन् कार्ये सक्तमहैतुकम् अतत्त्वार्थवदल्पं च तत्तामसमुदाहृतम्. Hare Krishna. Yes, anybody would like to read?
Hare Krishna Mataji.
Hare Krishna.
And that knowledge by which one is attached to one kind of work as the all in all without knowledge of the truth and which is very meager is said to be in the mode of darkness. Thank you, Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Krishna. So after Lord spoke about goodness, he spoke about passion. Lord is telling about the knowledge in ignorance. We know when it comes to ignorance, we know it is completely opposite of goodness. So Lord says, Yattu kritsna vade akasmin, yat ekasmin actually, if you divide it, Veda ekasmin karye sakta mahaitukam, saktam haitukam. Ahaitukam, you can say. So haitukam will ahaitukam is separate. So knowledge or jnanam by which one is saktam. Saktam, whenever the word saktam comes, it means attachment. Whenever there is, you know, knowledge where one is attached to what? Ekasmin karye. Ek means one. So ekasmin karye, one kind of work. As kritsnavat, or this is all in all. And that too, ahaitukam, without a reason. There is no reason. Ahaitukam means without any reason. You are just attached to that one kind of work. Atatva, artha, yat, atatva, artha, vadalpa, cha. So alpam, very, that knowledge without any tattva, there is no meaning behind it. There is no reason. There is no tattva. There is no truth. Artha. Tattva artha means without knowledge of truth. There is no reality. Nothing is there. And it is very alpam, means very, very inadequate, meager, inadequate knowledge. There is no knowledge in it. Krishna says, tattama samudaritam. You try to understand that it is tamasa. Tat tamasam udahartam. It is said to be or understood to be mode of darkness. So when he is explaining this, the knowledge, the mode of ignorance, where we are engrossed in such kind of small things. We are small things. We are just engrossed in that concept, as if, you know, it is everything for us. There is no reason behind it. There is no tattva in it, you know. It's not based on any kind of truth. We are just holding on to it for whatever reason we may be having. So Srila Prabhupada explains in a very, very simple way. He says, one who is not able to develop knowledge, you know, we are not reading scriptures, we are not following any rules and regulations of the scriptures. then we get into this kind of knowledge, because it is just limited to our bodily needs. That's it. Like animals, we are just focusing only on our body. They are not bothered about, what is written in the scriptures, how the scriptures are directing us, how we should follow the scriptures. Just giving, like, for example, only focusing on acre. So acres, like, suppose one is focusing on money, wealth. So they will give importance to money, so much so for them, God is money. And knowledge means, in mode of ignorance, you should satisfy whatever bodily demands you have. I want to go to the bar, I want to go to the pub, I want to have lustful things, go with many many girls, do all kinds of, you want to drink, you want to do whatever the body wants, you will just go for it. Doesn't matter, I'm not going to follow anything. Ekasmin, if it's money, he's focusing only on money, 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 money. He will go to any land to do, gain money. So Srila Prabhupada says, such knowledge has no connection with absolute truth. There is no tattva all there. It's more or less, what kind of knowledge is that? Whatever any ordinary animal is having. You're eating, you're sleeping, you're enjoying, you're just mating, whatever it is. So that kind of knowledge is, in the mode of darkness. So now, in summary, if we say we have understood that knowledge, if it is concerned with spirit soul, beyond the body, spirit soul is beyond the body, and we see ekatvam, we see spirit soul in everyone, and the knowledge that is uniting us is in the mode of goodness. And the knowledge, where body is itself the soul, body is the soul, and that's it, and there is no separate soul beyond the body, it's in the mode of passion. And the knowledge where we are keeping our body very comfortable, and for to keep it in to keep it comfortable, we go to any length, to we will do anything and everything just to make our body enjoy, and body keep it very in a very comfort mode. That knowledge is said to be in the mode of ignorance. So in this way, Lord has completed this portion of knowledge in the mode of goodness, passion, and ignorance. Next, Lord is going to explain to us action based on all the three modes. So let's see that. Niyatam sangarahitam aragadveshatah kritam aphala prepsuna karma yattat sattvikamukhyate. Hare Krishna. Yes, Pratima Mataji.
Hare Krishna. Translation: that action which is regulated and which is performed without attachment, without love or hatred, and without desire for fruitive results is said to be in the mode of goodness. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. So Lord has already spoken about knowledge in the three modes. So now he is moving, and he is shifting his attention to another section, that is the action. So how we do action, how we perform work. Krishna is saying, yat karma kritam. That action which is done as niyatam. Niyatam, that is regulated. Niyatam, niyatam. Vachaha. Oh, wow. I just remembered that. Niyatam, which is regulated. Regularly you're doing, you're singing, or you're speaking about the glories of the God. Niyatam means regulated. Sangarahitam, without any attachment. You're not getting attached to anything. Araga dveshatam. So there is, no attachment as such, or no hatred as such. It's not that, oh, I love it, I just love it, I can't leave it, or I hate it, I just don't want to see that. There is no araga and there is no dvesha also. So aphala prepsuna. There is no aphala. You are not wanting any phala out of it. So aphala is opposite of phala. Phala means you want something out of it. Aphala, I don't want anything, no result. Prepsuna, I don't want aphala prepsuna. I don't want any result, without desire. So yet karma, Satvikam Uchyate. So it is said to be in the Sattvic mode. That action, that karma is said to be in the Sattvic mode. This we did in chapter 12 also, right? Where we had spoken about different qualities, what Krishna loves, right? He said, this kind of devotee, I love this kind of devotee. So that was a beautiful chapter on Bhakti Yoga, where he 13 to 20, he continuously described about different qualities. So when it comes to Sattvic, mode of goodness, we have gone through so many shlokas, in the previous chapters. Whenever we come to the mode of goodness, by now we know there are some very common points. Like whenever we talk about mode of goodness, it will be like without attachment to the action or the result, without desire for fruitive result. So the person is doing the activity, but he doesn't have any expectation, right? So we see these two: no attachment, no expectation. Whenever it is mode of goodness, we know no attachment, no expectation. So Srila Prabhupada also echoed whatever Krishna's Vani was, in his purport. He said that, that any action which is done according to scriptural injunctions, there is no attachment, and, and he is in Krishna consciousness. He is doing everything for Lord's pleasure. There is no sense gratification for himself. That action is said to be in the mode of goodness. So in the past also, there were so many philosophers, so many historians and they had spoken their minds, what is a proper action as such. Some this is all from the history books from the school time, where in some historian in Greece, he had said that, just eat, drink, and be merry, if you remember. So when we had that world history, according to them, that was right action. Eat, drink, be merry. Charvaka philosophy. So then some philosophers came from England and then they were from France and they stated, no. If everyone becomes selfish and he's not thinking about others, there will be chaos in the world. You should not be like that. You should not be selfish. So what did they recommend? They said, you know what? Along with whatever personal sense gratification you want to do, you should also care for others. So look after your sense gratification also, and you take care of others also. That was one kind of thinking. Like, for example, if the husband is sick, the wife should take care. If the wife is sick, husband should take care. Like, just you also take care of yourself, but you take care of the other person also. So you're helping others. But this kind of thing is, it conflicts. They said, self-interest should be given the priority. Take care of yourself, sense gratification should be done. Then you take care of others also. Then later, there was which century, I think 17th century, Butler or somebody came. He came up with his own philosophy with a very different vision. No. Taking care of yourself, your self-interest. No, that first you want to take care of yourself, then you are helping others. No. That's wrong. That's wrong. Because it's, natural. It's natural, inherent quality to help others. Actually, the soul has the inherent quality that it wants to help others only as such. Even if a lioness, if you see, when he is feeding, she is feeding the cub, she remains hungry herself, but she first feeds the cub. So service to others is should be given the priority. That's what he said. But then what was his concept of service? It was limited because he was thinking only on the material platform, help others. What do they say? Manav Seva is Madhav Seva. Manav Seva is Madhav Seva is very good, but then you will remain here only. You will be still bound because even mode of goodness is still, we are bound over here only, right? So only on material platform, we are trying to lessen the material suffering. Like, for example, if somebody is hungry and we give them food, but this food is not going to last long, right? After 6 hours, he'll be again hungry. So that's not going to end the problems. The problem doesn't end there. But our scriptures, the Mahabharata, what does it state? It says, Atmana pratikulani. Atmana pratikulani paresham na samacharan. Means when you do not like the way the others behave with you. Shruti smriti sadacharaha. Shruti Smriti Sadacharaha Swasya Cha. Next line was Priyatatmanaha. Yes. So then do not behave them in that way. If you are wanting somebody to behave with you in a certain way, then you should also be able to behave that in the similar way. That's what even the scriptures tell us. So same way, we should not behave with them in a bad way, right? Our behavior should be according to the on the basis of the scriptures. So Bible also says, do unto others as you would want them to do to you. No? So same way, Bible, you see any scripture, any holy scripture, it say the same thing. So Krishna is declaring in a similar way that action that is done in the mode of goodness is doing one's duty according to the scriptures. You just follow the scriptures. So he is adding that such work, it should be done without attachment and without aversion. So aphala also has to be there. Araga dveshata also has to be there. And we should not be thinking about enjoying the results. That is the ultimate thing. Not, it's good. You help, you want to manav seva, madhav seva is very good. But somebody had said, why we are pouring so much money into hospital, into temples and all. Why not just use that kind of money to build hospitals, help people? There are so many poor people in this world and all that. So the answer the Vaishnava Acharya has given, the Guru has given, is you can help others, no problem, that is okay. You're pouring, why are you questioning temples? Why are you not questioning people who are pouring thousands and thousands of crores of rupees into building malls, building entertainment centers? When you come to temple, it's the mind is given the medicine by doing mantra chanting, kirtan, devotional service. And it's the mind that is the problem, right? People go under stress. They are entering the hospitals. Why? Because you're having physical and mental ailment. So once you go to the temple, all your physical, mental ailments are all gone. So, why only go to the hospital? Why build a hospital when you can go to the temple and cure yourself? You will have peace of mind. So, it's very wrong. So wrong to say. Many people say, why they are building and spending so much money on temples? Why build malls? Don't build put thousands of crores in malls. Gambling centers. They are building all that for what? So in this way, coming back to this, in this way, Lord is saying that he is described that we should do work without attachment and without the desire to enjoy the results. Srila Prabhupada explained to us in very simple language. Now let's hear from Srila Prabhupada's purport and Lord Krishna what he has to say about the action in the mode of passion. यत्तु कामेप्सुना कर्म साहंकारेण वा पुनः क्रियते बहुलायासं तद्राजसमुदाहृतम्. Yes, please, Krishna Prasad Prabhuji, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna,
But
Mataji.
action performed with great effort by one seeking to gratify his desires and enacted from a sense of false ego is called action in the mode of passion. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. So Lord Krishna has done describing action in Sattva Guna and then Rajoguna. So Lord Krishna over here is saying he's yattu kame psuna ipsuna karma sahankarena va punaha. So, kamapsuna karma, and we can bring that down to kriyate bahula ayasam. Ayasam also is there. So karma or action that is kriyate. Kriyate means performed with bahula ayasam. Bahula ayasam means great labor with lot of hard work. For what? For kama ipsuna karma. Kama, lust. Satisfy the desires, fruitive results. I want more. For that, if you are doing, and that too, sa ahankarena vapunaha. So that also is done with what? A lot of ahankar. I am the doer. I know everything. lot of ego. Tat rajasam udahritam. So that is said to be in the mode of passion. So one thing that is going to be very common in the mode of passion, whenever we are coming to the mode of passion, whenever Lord is talking about the mode of passion, is the person is very, very eager to get the result. He wants results. He's attached to the results. And that too, he will be desiring, I want this, I want that, I want this, more and more and more. There is no ending. You want for your bodily needs, for your necessities, okay, very good. A little bit for your savings, for your old age, okay. How much more? What is the nature of Rajoguna? It is to create intense desire for materialistic development, like materialistic things. We are running after materialistic things. We are not satisfied with one thing. I want, if I have 5 SIM cards, I will need 5 phones. If I have a laptop, I will need an iPad, and then I will need God knows what all. And this, along with materialistic enjoyment, we also have sensual enjoyment. That also is there. That also is not good. Kama is also there. Kama ipsuna karma. So it is having a lot of sensual enjoyment also. So whatever done action, work that we do in the mode of passion, why is it done in that? It is motivated. Motivated by what? It is motivated by ambition, huge ambition. And bahula ayasam means we will put, because we are over ambitious. Ambition till certain point is okay. You want to do well in life, very good. But bahula ayas, you are putting all your effort into that. You are not thinking about anything else. That is what is catching your attention all the time. Because if you're putting bahula ayasam, that is so much of ayasam means effort also in that, it demands heavy work, heavy hard work, and lot of stress you will be undergoing, lot of physical mental fatigue you will undergo. Is it necessary? Where we understand life is temporary, and we can see that in corporate world. When we go to corporate world, we see the managers are always complaining. There is so many. Even our Namnishta Prabhuji also goes to all these universities, and there are other Prabhujis. They are going to different universities. They are talking about stress management. That kind of stress they are going through. They are always complaining about stress. Why? Because their actions are usually motivated by ahankar, by pride, by unreasonable, I would say, ambition for power, for prestige. Unreasonable. That ambition is unreasonable. That power is unreasonable. That prestige that they want to attain is unreasonable. And their wealth that they want to attain is unreasonable. They want for 7 generations to come. Same applies in anyone's life or everyone's life, be it a teacher or a student or university research student, political leaders, you just name it, anywhere and everywhere. Even parents nowadays, if you just want to say that, they also want their child to do the best, and they run in the race for better position, better grade and everything. Oh, your child is in so and so activity, my child is in extra 3 4 activities more. So running race all the time. At least Europe has some work life balance, but in other places I've seen that it's not that. So all of these are typical examples of the action in the mode of passion. So okay, after this, what Lord Krishna is going to do is going to continue the same theme of action. But this time, what Lord is going to talk about action in the mode of ignorance. So let's see that. Anubandham chayam himsam anapekshya cha paurusham mohadarabhyate karma yattattamasamuchyate. Hare Krishna. Yes, anybody would like to read?
Hare Krishna Mataji. That action performed in illusion, in disregard of scriptural injunctions, and without concern for future bondage or for violence or distress, caused to others is said to be in the mode of ignorance. Thank you, Mataji. Hare Krishna.
So Lord has spoken about action in mode of goodness, and he has spoken about action in the mode of passion. Now Lord is talking about action or work that we do in the mode of ignorance. What is Lord saying? Yat karma, this kind of karma or work that is done in number one, mohat arabhyate. Moha we all know, it begins. Arabhyate means arambham. Aram means to begin. It begins with what? Moha. So moha is illusion. Then number two, what is that here? Anapeksha. Anapeksha to paurusham. So without considering what is the result, what is the consequence of it, and paurusham, which it is not bothering about what is written in the scriptures. He's self-sanctioned. What I say is the right thing. So anapeksha is he's not bothered about the what is going to happen in the end. Anapeksha and paurusham also. I have the paurusham. What I say is the right thing. How the demon tendency is there. Anubandham, number three. Not bothered about the future bondage, what is going to happen, what is the consequence, what bandham I am going to get into in future, not bothered. Number four, Shayam Himsam. Shaya, loss, destruction. He doesn't care about anything. Come what may, I'm going to get that. Anything comes in my way, I'm going to do the Shayam. Just move it. Or Himsam. I can cause injury also. I want that kind of wealth. And if somebody is obstructing me, I will do anything to harm them. Tat tamasa. So such kind of thing is in the mode of ignorance, that kind of action. So there are four things, right, that we learned across. That is, first is that moha. He is in moha. Anapeksha, he doesn't care about anything. Complete pollution, that is self-sanction. Number three is anubandham. He doesn't bother about the future bondage. And kshem himsam, he can, harm anyone. So whenever we come across the mode of ignorance, whenever there will be some things that will always be in common, like illusion, moha. Person will be in the mode moha while doing any activity, which will neither be good for him nor for anybody else. Then second thing that is always common, that is the actions are always against scriptural injunctions, always against scriptural rules. So one important point that needs to be understood by all of us is these Vedic scriptures, especially Bhagavad Gita. It has been given to us by Krishna. He has given to us, why? So that we can use it as a life manual. We can use it in our life. And if we follow the life manual, it will be, so much, life will be so much blissful and so much satisfying, right? But then if we are disrespectful, we don't, we disregard the Vedic scriptures and Bhagavad Gita, what are we doing? We're asking for trouble only in this life. Nothing will happen according to what we want. Like, for example, what one woman, she had bought an air fryer from US, and naturally, in with every electronic item appliance, you get a manual. Manual comes along with it. She took it to Europe and to use it over there. And as usual, in lot of excitement, she didn't open any manual or anything. She didn't even bother to see anything and disregarded it, thinking I know it all times. We are always like that. Started using it. Not started using it, just started. And what happened? Immediately, as soon as she plugged it on, the fuse blew up. you know fuse, right? Fuse is just a glass tube with thin piece of wire that goes inside, and it handles a specific amount of current. That's the kind of fuse. But when too much current is passed or flows into it, it will, it blows up, right? The fuse goes off. So little did she realize, it was written on the first page of the manual. It's US appliances run on 110 volts, European appliances run on 220 volts. What had happened? Too much current flowed in. And what did it cause? Damage. What was the result? She was frustrated. Why? Due to the inability to use it, she was not able to use the air fryer with so much of expectation she had brought. She was not able to use it. Got an angry look from her husband as well. And second was like, that ignorant action that she did. Ignorant, right? Because you should read before you do something. It caused damage to their plans. And she ended up spending more money. She had to buy a new one. It was beyond repair. They asked for repair. Number one, repair is very expensive there. And people don't repair. And even repair is very expensive. It's as good as buying a new one. So what was the realization that she had? That instead of, it was much easier to have just opened the manual, just gone through it once, follow every step that is written and enjoy the outcome. People in general are also not following Bhagavad Gita, not following the Vedic scriptures. They are doing what they are not supposed to do. They can easily open it, they can easily see how to follow and do it and be blissful. But what are they doing? Complaining 24/7. They are under stress. They are not, they don't want to, many people say, I don't want to live anymore. What is this life? They are going into depression. Obviously, it is prone to happen because we are not following the life manual. You know, we how it is taking refuge in the harmful drugs. They are taking harmful drugs. It causes injury not only to themselves, and in that intoxication, they go and harm others, beating up and abusive words, and it's so bad nowadays. The teenagers and youth are going towards a bad direction, wrong direction, because they're not following Vedic scriptures and Bhagavad Gita, which is our life manual. So Lord Krishna here is saying the intellect of such people is in tamoguna. It's covered with fog. Complete fog is there, fog of ignorance, cloud of ignorance. They are not concerned with what is right, what is wrong action. Just interested, self-interest is there. They are not paying any heed to the resources, money, whatever is there. I just want to use it, and I want to use it for wrongdoing. Such is going to bring them harm, right? Krishna uses the words kshaya and himsaya. So himsa is kshaya's loss, decay. Tamasic action, if you are doing it, is going to cause something bad to your health also. Very, and you're wasting your effort also in what we are wasting your effort, you're wasting your time, you're wasting the resources. For what? For bad health. You're eating everything that is bad for you, right? So what typical examples we can think of when we think of mode of ignorance? It's like, gambling, stealing, corruption, drinking. You're doing all sorts of wrong things. So with this, Lord completes the important section, which is action in the three modes. So next, Lord is shifting his attention to another factor, which is workers based on the three modes. So let's see that one. Mukta sango naham vadi dhrityutsaha samanvitaha siddhya siddhyo nirvikaraha karta satvika uchyate. Yes, please. Akash Prabhuji, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Mataji. The worker who is free from all material attachments and false ego, who is enthusiastic and resolute, and who is indifferent to the success or failure, is a worker in the mode of goodness. Hare Krishna.
Krishna has described knowledge, action, and now is describing the workers, the doer. So Krishna is saying karta, the worker. Number one, how is he? Mukta sang. Mukta sangha means liberated from all material association. Second, ahamvadi. He is not having any false ego. No aham that is not there. No false ego. Samanvita, equipoised. He is gifted, he is endowed. Gifted with what? Dhriti. Dhriti means determination. He is completely having that samanvita, that the gift of having the determination, gift of having utsaha, which is enthusiasm. And then he also has nirvikaraha. There is no vikara, that I want this. That vikara is a bad feeling, but he is not affected. He is unaffected. Unaffected in siddhi Asiddhya. Siddhi means you have attained some perfection. I'll just take 2 more minutes. Siddhi means you have attained perfection or you have attained success. Asiddhya means not attained perfection, so failure. Karta Satvika Uchyate. That person is in the mode of goodness. So Lord Krishna had earlier, he had mentioned also, right? Three ingredients of action, knowledge, the action itself, and the doer. He had told that ingredients of action. First is Jnanam, Jnayam, and Karta. So described, he after having described the two of them, right? He had described the Jnanam and the action in the last previous verses. We did that. Now he's moving on to the three kinds of performance of action. Who is doing, the doer. So in this shloka, Lord is clarifying that those who are in the mode of goodness, it's not that they're sitting in, they're not active, they're just sitting passive. Then I am in the mode of goodness. No, they are working. They are having that utsaha, that enthusiasm, and they are having the determination. Yes, I should do well. Difference is that their work is performed in proper consciousness. They know where to draw the limit. You know, that that line has to be drawn. You cannot become over and over and 24/7 focus on that. You have to divide. Like Vaishnava Acharyas have said, 8 hours for your work, 8 hours for your, regular routine, 8 hours for your spiritual and elevation. So sattvic doers, they are mukta sangha. They do not try to cling to worldly attachment. Okay, I have to cling means I have to cling to my job only, I have to cling to money only, I have to cling to this also. No, they are not. They are mukta sanghi. They believe that these worldly things are okay. They will they are good for the necessities of life, but that's it. you know and they work for noble motives. They think whenever I'm doing something, I should not be having any expectations. I should be like a free bird. I don't want anything from anyone. I'll just work, come back. I get promotion in turn, I will work very hard with determination, dhriti. It's not that, I'm not going to work hard. I will work hard, but to a certain limit. After that, I'll come back. And because the intention is so pure, you you don't want anything from anyone, right? So that comes, you get a lot of utsaha and determination. You become very strong in whatever activity we are doing. Our mental attitude becomes very strong then. We feel we are full of energy the whole day, when we chant in the morning, and we are completely full of energy, going with lot of enthusiasm to work with everything because we don't want anything from anybody. So we are energetic, and that energy never depletes only, even while we are working. And after work also, we are completely enthusiastic because we know we have worked, and this is just a temporary thing. This is for the necessity of life. So Krishna says workers in sattvic mode, they can accomplish great things because they're unahamvadi, free from ego. They don't have ahamvadi, they are not ahamvadi, unahamvadi. So they give all credit to Lord. They are not giving credit to themselves. So that's the reason, when we talk about Govinda, Srinivasa or Govinda is called Sadhu Rakshaka, means he's the protector of the innocent. And Dushta Shikshaka means he is going to punish the wicked people. So when we trust him, when we follow the Lord, then there is, he is going to protect us from all the sides. We will not understand at first, but eventually in long term view, when we see, we'll start to see how our life has changed. How our, there were so many dangers actually. Suppose I was supposed to be hit by a big boulder, but a small pebble fell on my head and I got a small injury. How he averts dangers, disasters, and so many other things. Most of us must have felt like that, right? When we are in this devotional line, in this spiritual line. So it's, it will start to feel like, we are in a very nice protective bubble, where things are happening around us, but we are kind of, insulated from these, whatever things are happening in this Kali Yuga. So it is possible. we have to develop that spiritual being. It's what better than to follow Bhagavad Gita as our daily life manual. The how Prahlada was protected by the Lord, right? He was just thinking about the Lord, and Lord protected him. Srila Prabhupada says, whoever is in Krishna consciousness is always protected. He is transcendental. He is away from these material modes. So we have to be, somehow or the other, we have to hold each other's hand, and so then we don't have to care what is happening, success, failure, doesn't matter, and we can be equipoised in whether we are in having distress or we are in happiness. So Lord Krishna says such a person is in the mode of goodness. So after describing the worker in the mode of goodness, Lord is going to continue to explain the worker in the mode of passion, which we are going to finish it next week. Vancha kalpatarubhishta kripa sindhubhyavcha bhaktinam Vaishnav. Ananta Koti Vaishnav ki jai. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare. Thank you, everyone. Thank you so much.